Here's my ranking of all the episodes of Moon Knight. In last place, we have episode 3. I just found this episode kind of boring and not a lot of action went on. I love the fight scene at the end of it, but that was pretty much the only, great part of it. In 5th place, we have episode 2. It was another pretty, boring episode. The second half of the episode was great, but the first half was a little lacking. I love the introduction of Mr. Knight. I thought it just worked so well, and it's so hilarious. Plus, this has one of the funniest lines in the show. So, sting like a bee, Steven with a V, something like that. I love that line. In 4th place, we have episode 6. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I love this episode. But I think it would have been a lot better if it was fleshed out and cut into 2 episodes, because then we would have time to, really feel what's going on and not rush through every single plot point one at a time. Other than that, it was great. The epic kaiju battle at the end was awesome. And also the intro to Jake Lockley was done so well. In number 3, we have episode 4. Another fantastic episode. But the first part was a little lacking. I liked once we got into the horror elements, but it wasn't great once again. But that ending, that last 15 minutes, is one of the best parts of Moon Knight ever. It blew me and my friend's mind so much that we were just, blown away by the end. In 2nd place, we have episode 5. This episode was just so sad. We finally got to see Mark's backstory and Steven's backstory too, technically, and just how everything happened and this horrible tragedy with Mark and his mother and his brother, and we really get to feel for Mark, and Oscar Isaac's performance is just phenomenal. I love this episode so much. Then in 1st place, we have episode 1. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I've seen this episode 4 times. I love it so much. This is just such a phenomenal episode in the way you really never know what's going on. You're always questioning every single thing, and that's what makes it so good. I really hope we have an episode like this sometime in the future, possibly season 2, and I really am just loving the way this is going, and I have so many things to say about this episode, things I can't even talk about right now. Just the way you move from place to place. The pacing is so great. The acting of Oscar Isaac is phenomenal. And even some the scarier parts, I wouldn't call it horror necessarily, but the parts where you're very mystical. I like that, And I really almost have no complaints with this episode. Is it perfect? No. Where the fight scene is kind of lackluster in this video, or in this episode. Yeah, but I can just not care about that because of how well the acting and the writing was for this episode. So, Moon Knight, here are my final thoughts. This show is just so good. I love the poetic beginning and end, how it starts with Steven waking up in his house with just his goldfish by his side. The song Man Without Love is playing, and he's just going throughout his day. Then how the end of the last episode, we have Steven and Mark now united as brothers, going up and going through what Steven went through. And I love this show so much that I can talk about it for longer, but I'll save that for a review video if I end up doing that. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll probably make more like this.